No one's surprised the now half-billion-dollar man and reigning Super Bowl MVP is secure in the #1 spot. A couple of fellow Super Bowl winners are behind Mahomes, with Russell Wilson at number 2, Aaron Rodgers at 3, Deshaun Watson 4, Drew Brees rounds out the top 5, no Lamar or TB12 in the high 5. Look who's here, Marcus Spears joining the debate desk. Marcus, this is a change. You're up first this time, so let me ask you this. Should Lamar Jackson be ranked ahead of that bad man that Stephen A. loves so dearly?
100% he should. And I know what the arguments will be for Aaron Rodgers, but the bottom line is we looking at Lamar Jackson and what he's doing, and it's as good as anybody. Only 2 people I have ahead of him is Patrick Mahomes and Russell Wilson. Look, there will be all of these questions and concerns about, can Lamar Jackson throw the football? Yes, he led the league in completion percentage. Has he had bad offensive performances or not Lamar Jackson-esque performances in the playoffs? Absolutely. But he's 23 years old, and he has time to get better at all of the facets of his game. The bottom line is this. People make an argument against Lamar Jackson because he's a phenomenal runner with the football. Since when? He rushed for 1,200 yards last year. He's with an organization that's invested in his talent. He threw 36 touchdowns, might I add, and only 6 picks last year as well. So when we start having this conversation about who's the better quarterback, who do you want on your team, Lamar Jackson is third for me. Nobody's going to change that. Aaron Rodgers was on a 13-3 team. And I know what Stephen A. Well, look at the receivers that he had and all of this. The bad man sentiment that you've had for so long, Stephen A. Smith, was not the bad man this year. And I don't think he'll be the bad man going forward when you put it in comparison to Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson 3 for me. That's it.
Well, you know what? I just want to say congratulations to you. I mean, listen, y'all get to live off of, apparently y'all are all Janet Jackson fans, and we ain't gonna hate on that. What have you done for me lately? We all know what Janet Jackson brings to the equation, but in the end, here's what it comes down to. I'm looking at resume, and I'm looking at that combined with the situation that Aaron Rodgers has to work with. Aaron Rodgers has been in 18 playoff games. He has won 10 of them. He is a Super Bowl champion. The numbers that he puts forth in the regular season are consistent with what he does in the postseason. And then you look at Lamar Jackson, mad respect and love to him. He's a future superstar. He's definitely box office because of his ability to run the football. But we all know he can't come close to flinging that football the way that Aaron Rodgers can fling that football. Let's just call it what it is. I'm not saying he won't be able to eventually. Obviously, he's got strong upside. He's considerably younger. But when you talk about playing the quarterback position, to me, the #1 ability is not to run the football, it's to throw the football. And I don't give a damn about the 66% for completion, the 3,100 yard passes, or the 36 touchdowns. I'm thinking about an ability to fling the football come postseason. What has happened? We saw him against the Chargers. It was god-awful. We saw him last year against the Titans. Obviously, you look at him, and he came on a little bit, but still in all, 48% completion percentage in one playoff game, 52% the other. Come on, man, there's levels to this. And I understand that Lamar Jackson, phenomenal athlete, phenomenal runner of the football, phenomenal player, game changer, future superstar. But when it comes to the quarterback position, simply the ability to step back and fling that damn football. Stop it, Marcus. Stop it. You know what I'm going to say.
I don't even think you need to break it down that way.
Man, still. Floor is yours, Max.
I don't think you need to break it down that way. Well, compartmentalize. He can run better. He can throw better. Let's just see who's better. You know, quarterback record a lot of times is unfair for a quarterback. But in Lamar Jackson's case, I think it's quite fair because they built the whole team around him. The offense is built around him. So if he does his thing, the team has a good chance to win. If he doesn't, they have a good chance to lose. In the regular season, do you know what his quarterback record is? Like his team's record in games he starts? 19-3 now, right? They had 2 losses and 1 loss the year before in a half season. 19 wins and 3 losses in 22 starts. Oof. And in the playoffs, it's 0-2. So, like, I'm sorry to oversimplify for people. Well, it's a team game and da-da-da-da-da. But if you almost never lose in the regular season, and then when you're needed the most, you haven't yet won in a small sample size, I can't put you in the top 3. Lamar Jackson's age, you're right. I mean, in terms of where he's headed, you know, you could say, well, he's out of the pocket a lot. He might get banged up. You can't trust it long term. But then I can flip that around and say, but his passing should continue to improve. So, right, like, I'm not even talking about where he's going. That's hard to say, but let's assume it's still at MVP level. But that's not where he is right now when you need him the most. He's an excellent quarterback who hasn't gotten it done in the playoffs. I can't put him ahead of Patrick Mahomes, Russell Wilson, or Aaron Rodgers, who are excellent quarterbacks who have gotten it all the way done in the playoffs, Marcus.
Swagoo, can I give this stat
So,
to you,
let me ask
to you before we go on, before I come to you?
Yeah, go
Aaron
ahead and do that.
Aaron Rodgers has started 174 games in his career. His record is 113, 60, and 1. He is 53 games over 500. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying.
See, this is the mistake both of you are making. Y'all want me to argue if Aaron Rodgers is still good. I'm not arguing that with you. I'm telling both of y'all I'm taking Lamar Jackson over Aaron Rodgers. Now, there are some things and reasons why I'm doing that. A big part of it is what Lamar Jackson does that Aaron Rodgers can't do. And what he cannot do is create plays better than Lamar Jackson. When we talk about trajectory, when we talk about history, when we talk about all of these things that these arguments will be based off of, if I'm looking at a football game based off of what I just saw, and maybe it's recency bias, maybe you can tell me whatever it is. I know the last person that I saw play football out of Aaron Rodgers and Lamar Jackson, I'm taking Lamar Jackson. That's the guy I'm taking. I saw Aaron Rodgers in the playoffs, saw him play well. I saw Aaron Rodgers play well, have seen him play well, been on the field when he's played well enough to beat me. I don't want to play Lamar Jackson.
I got questions.
Compared to Aaron Rodgers now. No way,
running out of time.
No how. And stop.
We're running out of time.
Listen,
I got a couple of questions
telling
for
me
you.
about
I got a couple of
damn
questions.
ball.
I got a couple of questions.
It ain't prolific throwers all over the place.
I got a couple of questions.
What?
Marcus
What?
Spears. I got a couple of questions here. If you're a wide receiver, who do you want throwing you the football?
Aaron Rodgers.
Okay, thank you. Question number two. If you are a defensive player, come playoff time, and
Lamar
you
Jackson.
down, and you
Lamar
need a
Jackson.
game-winning drive, who you want with the ball?
I'm taking Lamar Jackson, Stephen A.
What?
Not changing that, bro.
What?
Listen.
You just doing that to get on my
Listen,
nerves. You trying to set me up. You trying to get on my nerves. That ain't make no sense.
Stop.
That ain't make no sense.
Stop.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
Stop. Believe what you want to believe. You can even believe that I don't believe this myself. But I'm telling you, the guy I would want with the ball. This ain't me hoping that you agree with me. I don't ever come on this show giving a damn about you agreeing with me or Max. I'm telling you what I believe, and that's Lamar Jackson.
You watch your mouth.
Hey,
all right,
listen,
let me leave you with this.
I did not learn all I needed
Aaron
to
Rodgers
learn
had
about
26
this business
touchdowns, 4
about coming
interceptions
on
last
your
year
show and
in a
Matt's
bad
show
year.
and Molly's show being scared.